fans, and welcome back to the continuing coverage of the BC Scotties Championships live from Chilliwack, British Columbia. John Cullen with you here once again inside this military bunker. I'm coming to you from 6 stories below the earth to call this this fantastic 1-2 game between Team Clancy Grandy and Team... Melissa, we talked about this earlier on the broadcast, but this 1-2 game, a match between the two teams that we probably expected to be here.
Yeah, for sure, John. These two teams have played a lot of games this fall. They've traveled a lot. They've been out of the province a lot, and they've been doing a lot of winning. So yes, very expected for the two of them to be here in this battle of the 1-2 game.
Yeah, as you said, Melissa, two teams that have indeed played a lot this year. Clancy Grandy, one of the more active teams on the women's tour. They've played a crazy amount. They've played 10 tournaments this year so far, and they've had a fantastic record. They've won 2, made the final in another, made the semis in another, made the quarters in another, and of course highlighted by their Tier 2 Tour Challenge Grand Slam victory. And for Corinne Brown, they've played 7 events this year, winning 2 of them. They won in both Vernon and Kamloops, so both teams no stranger to winning, and this is their second meeting of the tournament. Very possible we'll see them again on Sunday in the final, but that's what they're playing for here, Melissa, is that all-important bye to Sunday's final.
That's right, and both teams really want to get to the final that way. I mean, it doesn't matter if you do go through the semifinal, but to ever, to get to this point and to be the team number 1 going into the final, that's always a great thing. And neither team would be upset about that at all, obviously. And it's going to be a battle out there. They had a battle during their game throughout the week, and I'm expecting exactly the same thing today.
Yeah, as you said, they met in the A final earlier in the tournament. It ended up being a 10-8 victory for Corinne Brown. Two teams that love to get rocks in play and are not afraid to mix it up. And we get a look here at Lindsay Dubé, this Clancy Grandy team playing out of the Vancouver Curling Club. Clancy Grandy at skip, Kayla McMillan at third, Lindsay Dubé at second, and Sarah Loken at lead. And Lindsay Dubé will knock that rock out of the forefoot. And Corinne Brown will usher that blue out of the rings. Corinne Brown starting with the hammer here by virtue of winning that A final earlier in the tournament. They will have the hammer through the entirety of the playoffs. And as we know, the Brown team, long time out of the Kamloops Curling Club. Corinne Brown at skip, Erin Pincott at third, Desiree Hawes at second, and Sam Fisher at lead.
And as we know, John, Team Brown has added a new coach this year in Jim Cotter. So Jim was busy this afternoon competing and winning that B qualifier. So I believe he's probably here watching this game and coaching the girls.
Yeah, it's certainly not easy. I got a little taste of being a part of the tournament and also doing some broadcasting. I was the 5th for Team Czechia this week and now broadcasting, and I'm already tired, so I can't even imagine how it was for Jim. He's balancing two roles that are actually real.
So I think I do see the two coaches, Jim Cotter, obviously, like we just said, for Team Brown, and Katie Witt, longtime coach of Kayla McMillan and now Team Grandy. So good to see her back behind the bench.
Yeah, Katie's been, as you said, longtime coach of Kayla, coached the Sarah Daniels rink when they ran all the way to the Canadian Junior final a few years ago. And yeah, 2 dedicated coaches and have been great for the game. And a lot of rocks here already in play, Melissa, here in the first end. Are you surprised by that at all?
I'm not actually, and the reason I say that is I know that Team Grandy, they do like to play with lots of rocks in play. I mean, they've had with the games and the events that they've played in this year, they've been on this kind of ice a lot, and they're very comfortable with lots of rocks in play. And I think in the past we've seen Team Brown maybe be a little bit more on the defensive side, but I think working with Jim Cotter has really helped them this year get a lot more confidence with rocks in play. So I'm really enjoying seeing them and their comfort level with this many rocks.
11-5.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, Melissa, that I think we know about curling now is you can win a lot of games playing pretty defensively, but if you want to be a team that makes it to that next level, that slam level, that Scotties level, you need to be playing a little bit more of an aggressive style, or at least be comfortable playing an aggressive style when you need to, in order to really move up into the upper echelon of the game.
That's exactly right. You're bang on there, John. And these are the two teams that are on that cusp and really want to break through. And this is how you do it. Like you said, this is how you do it. You get lots of rocks in play, and you find your comfort level with that.
Let's go, buddy. 11-1.
So a good chance here now for Team Brown with the hammer to lie 3. And as you can see there with the graphic, they did Brown, as I said earlier, beat Grandy 10-8 in draw 5, the A final to get here. And the 3-4 game is happening right now as well between Kristen Ryan and Taylor Reese-Hansen. So the winner of this game will move on to Sunday's final, and the loser will play the winner of that 3-4 game. And indeed, Brown will lie the 3. So a nice start here, Melissa, for the team out of Kamloops.
Oh, very strong, that's for sure. And being very precise on every single shot they throw, and you can see the difference in just an inch here, an inch there. That first one of Kayla McMillan's, if she curls another inch or two, she doesn't jam that one and leave it in the rings at the back of the 12-foot. So really important here now for a big hit roll for Kayla to try and get her team out of a little bit of trouble here halfway through this first end.
So Kayla McMillan, the defending silver medalist, last year had an undefeated run all the way to the final before losing to Marianne Arsenault in a close battle. And so she decided that this year might be a stronger lineup with her moving down to 3rd and bringing in Clancy to skip. And certainly the results have borne that out so far, as they're ranked number 15 in the world currently. They would actually be playing in the Grand Slam this week. They, by virtue of winning that Tier 2 Tour Challenge, they got a spot in the Canadian Open this week, but of course had the commitment to play in the BC Scotties. But they're, unfortunate jam there for Erin Pincott, but still lying the 2 is Team Brown. But yeah, as I was saying, the Grandy team get that bye through the Tier 2, Melissa, but then they were playing so well anyway that they just got into the Slam in December. So who needs to win the Tier 2 when you can just put up enough points that you get into the Slam anyway?
Exactly.
Yeah, easy. And I misspoke. They're number 13. They're number 13 in the world. Got to make sure I give them their props. Not number 15.
Right.
Number 13.
That's
yeah.
So good shot by Erin. I mean, obviously she didn't want to jam that one on the back, but still a good result. They're still lying 2. So with hammer here in the first end. So Clancy Grandy with her first.
Whoa. Whoa. Sarah. Sarah. Hard. Hard. Hard out. Right out.
Trying for the double, and she's really close. I think it just hangs on for shot stone. Good try there by Clancy.
Were you a little surprised to see her not try the hit and roll there, Melissa?
Well, we saw 4 rocks, or they saw 4 rocks come down that exact same spot, and it seemed to be a little bit straighter, or it appeared to be straighter. I don't know if it's the ice or the way both teams are throwing. So maybe she just wanted a different look and try something different. And the way where Erin's rock rolled set up the double, so she felt comfortable with throwing that, and I can see that would be that would be a pretty juicy call if you can make it, and she almost did. So great chance here for Corinne. Oh my God, we're still in sync.
We're in sync.
Even if up in your little, whatever you call it, minefield or wherever you are.
Bunker.
Bunker.
I'm not in a minefield right now. I still have all my limbs. But...
Okay, good.
So Hawes and Fisher indicating it might be a little heavy here. Electing to draw to the back one. They were trying to come around that center guard, but it is still Team Brown lying the 2. And I wonder here, Melissa, if Grandy will just concede the 2 or try to draw.
Right, locked onto it.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, she could easily hit that wide open one and roll towards the center. Might not get shot out of it, and as you say, potentially concede the 2. This is a chance where you could either force your opposition to 1 or potentially give up 3. So bit of a chance here in the first end, but as we mentioned earlier, Clancy likes these kind of shots. She's very, very aggressive with or without hammer. So, and not that this is a huge aggressive call, but you have to make this perfect. You have to lock it right on or you're going to give up 3.
So a gutsy call for Grandy here in end number 1. Trying to see if she can navigate her way out of some trouble.
Okay, we want back 8. We want back 8. Lock it on.
Line's good.
Gotta be to it.
No, we gotta go.
Hard.
So you hear them saying T, and they pretty much got to get it to the back one. They don't want to leave any space.
Hard.
To it.
Hard then.
Keep going.
Gotta hold the line.
Keep going,
Gotta
keep
hold
going.
the line.
Hard,
Straight.
Sarah.
Always straight. Always straight. 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 Straight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
And
Wow, that curled a lot.
That'll overcurl a hair. But you can see there it's buried behind the guard, Melissa, but might be enough room for Corinne to chase here.
We've seen this. We just saw this.
I think it'll curl past the guard. You tight ice it. Just through.
I think we just play, just throw it to back 12, we'll sweep it.
Yeah, I think that curled about 6
2
inches
feet
too
more than I
much
just
for
Do you like here?
Team
guys?
Grandy. So I do believe it. I agree with you there that this shot is there. And I agree also with Team. I think it's Sam that came down and said, let's play the same turn that we've been throwing. They haven't seen that in turn yet this end, so why not just follow them down? Same shot, same side. They should be able to clear that guard and have enough just to bump it out for a potential 3.
Back 12 does.
Yeah, I think Melissa, especially in the first end, this is worth the risk. If you end up giving up a steal of 1, it's okay.
Definitely.
You would love to score 3 here in the opening end. So Corinne Brown, big chance early on. We saw a 3 from Brent Pierce in end number 1 earlier. Will we see another 3 here?
Weight sounds pretty good. Going for curl now.
Just lead it, Sam.
And that looks
I think it's a
too
bit
much
heavy,
weight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is closer to bumper, and so unfortunately for Corinne Brown, it's an opportunity missed, but a gutsy call from Clancy Grandy pays off. They will steal 1 in the first end. Corinne Brown will retain the hammer. When we come back, you're watching Curl BC TV. So a big first end for Clancy Grandy. John Cullen here with you alongside Melissa Saligo. And, you know, Melissa, we talked a little bit about Clancy Grandy liking some rocks in play and maybe was comfortable with that risk in the first end, and it certainly paid off for her.
Did it ever? And you know what, she didn't make it perfect either, John. You know, that curled about 5-6 inches, opening the door for Team Brown. Get a potential 3, but unfortunately for Corinne Brown, just threw probably about 10 feet too much weight, and it didn't curl enough, and it is a steal. So definitely paid off for Clancy Grandy in the first end.
Okay, well then.
Weight's good.
Can't respond.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, like you can.
Again, we're seeing some rocks in play here. A center guard thrown by Clancy Grandy and a corner thrown by Corinne Brown.
Little bit more room. Room right now.
Sarah Loken with her second here. It's also a long time teammate of Kayla McMillan, and under the guidance of Katie Witt as well.
Yep, both of you, yep. Hard, hard.
Yeah, Sarah
Really
is one of those curlers I've known for a very long time. She came up in the Peace Arch Curling Club junior program, which is also my home club, my original home club. And so I've known her and her brother and her parents for quite some time. Her mom was the manager of the club for quite a number of years, Susan Loken, and a great curling family. And yeah, Sarah's been a great fit with Kayla for these last number of years they've played together. Just two great players, and keeping each other getting better all the time.
They do. They definitely challenge each other. You know, I'm gonna pick on Team Grandy here just for 1 second. I'm very interested as to why Clancy would come on the out-turn side between the two guards. You know, when you have a corner guard, you kind of want to keep away from it, would be my opinion. So it'd be interesting why she wouldn't throw the in-turn come around on Sarah's second there. So just a little note to myself as to just an interesting call. I you know, as a coach, I just would say, why wouldn't you throw the other side? But you know.
11.
Yeah, it could be something on that turn she liked, maybe, or
For sure, yeah.
Who knows why
Something
Skips
more than
do
I
anything,
know, that's for
Melissa.
sure.
11, yeah, 10-9. Good call, guys.
Do you like 9-5? 10? Okay.
9-5 seems like a pretty heavy weight on this ice, John. I would imagine that most teams are throwing around about a 10 for their kind of their normal-ish. Is that about right?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, Melissa, I haven't really seen too many teams throwing that much takeout weight, just in general. This is really curling on Desiree Hawes here. Does she have a piece?
Wow.
She does not, so that curls even with that up weight. But yeah, just to get back to your question, Melissa, what I've actually seen really is most teams not throwing normal. You know, obviously you have to in some situations, especially if you're, you know, trying to move a couple stones or something like that. But really what we've seen is a lot of teams preferring that sort of board control weight. You know, the ice here is so good. Pardon me, that you know, a lot of teams electing to throw maybe a little more of a controllable weight.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And then maybe they put it up too because it was out in the 12-foot and maybe a new path.
For
and
sure.
Unfortunately for Des, it did over curl.
Okay.
And you just heard the time there, 15-2, and that's the time between the two hog lines. So it's running incredibly quick, and just what the curlers love to see.
Or hack. Back line, okay.
Yeah, I know when we were on this sheet a couple times this week, and we had thought that, and when I say we, I mean Team Cheka, and we had noticed that that turn curling towards the wall in the Chilliwack Curling Club does curl a little bit more, so could just be that that's where Desiree Hawes got caught.
Sam, you gotta go.
Sam trying to get this one to curl now. Got a nice soft weight here.
And that will also go right by, so a pair of flashes there for Desiree Hawes, and now all of a sudden, Melissa, a real opportunity for Clancy Grandy to put some pressure on.
But
Yeah, I think very similar to your last couple in practice is really close.
And again, I think, you know, with this kind of ice, we've talked about it a number of times that you know, she did call back line and she probably threw a good hack plus there. And when you throw that extra weight, it will run straight. So you got to throw it to your brushers and, you know, be within a couple of feet of the weight that's called in order to, you know, make those kinds of shots. So I think for Des, just a little bit heavy on that particular shot. So great chance here, as you say, for Kayla McMillan, and trying to get another one around that center guard.
okay, we're going around.
And you can hear the weight call here, back 4, back 8. It's going to be heavy.
We're going here.
So I would think they want to take this one past
Back 4.
that
Finish.
other stone that's top button.
Yeah, Lynn's right till the end, Yeah. Okay.
That's a good plan B.
Sorry, I missed the time on it. She's had a really slow kick and really big eye.
Yeah, not a bad spot for that stone, and Clancy Grandy lying 3 here.
To get here.
You got it, Terry.
And so Aaron Pincott going to be running this guard back, trying to get at least one of those blues moving. You'd love to get 2 going if you could.
Yeah, I like this call too. I don't think they need to try and play anything fancy and lightweight in the house. Let's try and move things around and free up some space in that 4-foot area.
Nice stroke.
Good shot by Aaron, very close.
Touch 4 foot.
Yeah, almost, you know, an inch or 2 from a perfect shot, but does leave up the guard, I believe.
I thought it was a little big kick. Big kick? Yeah, felt like a massive.
There it is there, so another chance here for
Similar kick then.
Team Grandy to get another one, probably top 4, top button. The good news for Team Brown is the out turn is wide open.
Top 8, definitely less. Top 8,
Right to my room.
top 8, line's good. Just top
Line's
12.
good.
Top 12, tight,
Tight, just tight.
tight.
Right here.
Just
Not quite there. Okay, leave it then. Whoa.
Okay, good tolerance.
Okay, good judge, guys.
It's not similar kick. Okay. What'd you think?
big kick on it.
So a little light there from Kayla McMillan, and
Well, like top
now,
button,
Melissa,
you
this
can't
is
do that.
potentially turning into an opportunity
right
here for
to it or
Corinne
top
Brown
button.
if Aaron Pincott could get this one in there.
That's right. You know, it looks like a fabulous shot by Kayla McMillan, and she did reach the tolerance by staying on the lighter side rather than the heavy, but they have left a wide open door here for Team Brown and Aaron Pincott. If she can ever get one around on this out turn side right to the button, they talked about maybe even freezing to that blue one that's back 4, but you could actually almost put this right on the lid instead of even going back.
Back 4, back 4. Right here, girls. Right here, right to it. Lock it on, Sam.
Yeah,
Lock
they're
it on.
trying to bring it right back.
Whoa. Good.
So nice shot there from Aaron Pincott. We heard Corinne Brown say she either wanted it right to the back one or
Okay, I
top
like that
button. And that is right on the top button.
Yep. This is a hair less than.
So I'm guessing Clancy's
Just
freezing here,
touching top
Melissa,
button
trying
be
to
frozen to it.
cut Brown's scoring area down.
Exactly.
This should be
If she
the
ever corner freezes
ice
this,
to get to
I'm
center
really
line
not
here.
sure how Team Brown
I'll
can
just
get more than one.
Adjust from what I gave you guys.
And I like
that
this
last
call
one.
as well. You know, we've seen
Yeah.
Clancy take a couple of risks already in the first end. She could easily play a backline weight and try and angle that yellow one out and set 3, but she would just leave Team Brown the exact same shot. So I really do like this call. Just freeze it and
Well
let
there.
Brown figure out how they're going to get a second point in there.
Let it work, let it work. I'd like
Way
to
to
go.
work. Line's good.
can, you can. Weight only, lines
So
okay,
first
just
rock
stand
here
out.
for Clancy
Stand out.
Grandy, looking for a corner freeze, but you definitely do not want to bounce.
Good, good. 15-3.
And that's a pretty good spot.
I would think so. You know, if you're maybe an inch lighter, you make it absolutely perfect, but that is in a pretty darn good spot, and I'm not sure if Brown can see enough of it to make a play on it.
Good look at the crowd watching there. We can see Desiree Hawes' mom among quite a few of the fans here in Chilliwack. I know they've sold a lot of tickets, especially for the weekend. It's going to be a busy place to be here at the Chilliwack Curling Club this weekend.
Looks like Corinne's mom there as well. I don't see the men. They must be walking around.
Yeah, if we know anything about
pace, do
Ken
they?
Brown, Ken Brown's probably laying out in the rain somewhere.
Yeah, or he's out on the ice, actually, probably is where he is.
Okay, hair lesser.
Him and Terry are probably out there, I'm guessing.
More weight. Not much.
Yeah.
So it looks like you can see, you know, a good 3/4 of this rock, more than I thought you could originally. So Corinne's got a chance here now. If she can just play, you know, back 8, back 4 weight, she might be able to get to the inside of that blue stone and tap it back. Even just on a slightly on the low side too, she might leave herself in a good position to be able to use it on her next one.
Back 4. T-line. T-line.
I'm hearing T-line. That might not be enough to move it.
All the way, Des. All the way.
Oh, trying to draw in there maybe.
We're in there for a second. We're in there for a second.
Yeah.
Nice
What
shot.
a shot.
Worked out well.
Was that the original call, John? Maybe.
I don't
I
think so,
don't
based
know.
on the look
No?
that Corinne
Okay.
just
Okay.
based on the look that Corinne just gave. I don't know what the original call was, but she seems a little like, oh, okay, all right.
No, that works.
Is that good?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Well, I mean, she's gonna have to make a shot for 2, right? Because hopefully I can stick my shooter there, like stick the 2 right on it, you know. So it's a matter of.
But yeah, certainly I'm
Yeah,
sure that
that's
was probably something they discussed as a tolerance. But yeah, I think her original call was to just get inside that blue one and tap it. But it was
I
just
was
a little
kind of seeing this with like 11 and a half.
I like that.
Just to stick it.
Yeah, I think you can hold it.
I think so too.
I saw Lindsay's not do much with 11.
Yeah, my shooter's rolling regardless, so.
So we heard
So it looks
Clancy
like
say about
Clancy's-
11 and a half. Yep.
Just kill the one and
Go ahead.
leave
trying
our
to get to
shooter
nose
there.
then?
No,
Just letting her
we're
tell us.
Trying to hit it thinner. Yeah. Our shooter will go, and that's good.
Okay.
Want to hit like a thick quarter?
Okay.
A thick quarter, I believe, is what she said. So just an 11 and a half, just trying to hit about a quarter of the stone and lock
Heavy,
her
I
blue
think.
one,
Yep.
lock it right on where the yellow one was, so it'll be shot rock at the end of this. We saw a couple rocks curl already here, John.
Shooter!
Good.
So she gets rid of 1, but I do think Corinne Brown can get inside of this for 2.
Good sweep, guys.
Yep, I would agree with that. Just curled on her a little bit too much, so this is a great chance now for Corinne Brown. Would love to put
Maybe
a
you gotta
2
go like back
on the
line.
board.
You don't quite have the inside of it. That's kind of still close, I think.
Yeah.
Just back line.
Okay. Even easy back line, Corinne.
You have 13-5.
Let's go, Corinne. You got this.
So just backline weight here for Corinne Brown. Had an opportunity for 3 in the first. Wasn't able to come up with it. We'll see if she can take her chance for 2 here in end number 2. Just needs a backline hit, little inside roll. Final stone.
Just through. Heavy.
think she might have to get to the inside here, John. I'm not sure if she can hit it anywhere on the outside and still count her second point. We'll see.
Okay.
Oh, I think she got it.
Yeah, it's pretty close. I think it might be there. It's one for sure.
Yeah, I think it's 2. I think she got it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought she needed a little more of an inside roll than that, but they're going to put a stick on it. We'll see what happens. But again, Melissa, we see there from Corinne Brown, maybe just a slight overthrow. She was a little heavy in end number 1, and that one looked maybe a little heavy as well.
I agree. Yeah, that she just wanted back line, and that was definitely more than back line. But it is very, very close, and I kind of think it's yellow, but we'll let the stick do the talking.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Do you think it's us? You were betting woman. You were betting woman. I said woman. A woman.
She was a betting woman. Who would she pick, herself?
Outside edge of the broom on mine was a little bit inside the edge of 80, and it still is just
It's a good sweep.
sorry.
Sorry.
There.
It's all good.
Even that last one I thought theirs was
Sorry about that, guys. Pick it up.
they had
Cut
to
those
push
out
it
of the way.
down.
Cut those out of the way. It's fine. I still think it's us.
It's funny. Blue thinks it's blue, and yellow thinks it's yellow.
Yeah, it's fast.
It's funny how that works.
I got good eyes, Kern.
I didn't look at it. It's so hard to tell
Laser
how much
focus.
it touches.
All right, get in.
Great sweep.
Lens.
So I guess it's 2. They seem happy. I can't
Yeah,
tell.
I think so. I think it's 2.
Okay, so it was 2 indeed. So we thought she needed an inside roll, but turns out the nose was just fine. So Corinne Brown will take a 2-1 lead into the third end. We'll see Clancy Grandy with the hammer for the first time when we come back to rainy Chilliwack, BC. You're watching Curl BC TV. Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Chilliwack Curling Club for the women's Page 1-2 game between Corinne Brown and Clancy Grandy, and it was a close call, Melissa, but Corinne Brown getting a much-needed 2 points on the board in end number 2.
Very much. You know, Corinne really needed that, as we spoke about. She had a chance for 3 in that first end, and unfortunately gives up the steal. But she bounces back with a great shot on her last in the second end, and you know, we both thought she threw it a little heavy. She was really trying for the inside roll, but got to the nose and managed to get the second point. So big point there for Corinne Brown.
Up top, tight. Hard. Rear guard. Okay, make it good tight then.
Okay, switch.
Watch it. No.
Well,
Oh, wait.
16-7.
Little light there for Sam. She was trying to come into the rings and corner freeze on that blue Grandy stone.
Similar to it. I would be careful.
Yeah.
I didn't think more.
Wait if you can for line.
Okay, it's trying.
Chi.
To it.
Chi line.
Definitely to it.
Always Kayla.
Really
Or
trying.
like right beside it.
Kayla, push.
So you can see a score update from the Page 3 versus 4 game. Kristen Ryan and Taylor Reese Hansen tied 1-1. As we said earlier, the winner of that game will play the loser of this game in tomorrow's semifinal, which we will have for you at 2 p.m. local time.
Freeze one and then try sending. Freeze one and then. Yeah, just get the good angle.
Both of these teams have wins over both of those teams. Obviously, Corinne Brown undefeated thus far. They went through the A side, and Clancy Grandy's only loss was to Corinne, but she's beat Kristen Ryan twice, beating her 12-7 in the A bracket and then 9-3 in the B final. And Corinne Brown beat Taylor Reese Hansen 9-7 in the A semifinal. So both of those teams having wins over those two teams, but certainly it can be not always the easiest, Melissa, to regroup after losing the 1-2 game. So certainly they'd love to win this one and not find themselves in that game tomorrow, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Top 12.
Okay. Give it to us here.
Not a too bad a result there for Des. She was trying to get to the face of the blue stone, maybe a couple feet light here. So Grandy with the hammer here, do have 2 counters at the moment.
Didn't think heavy.
Top 12. Just
Line's
like
good.
It's a funny thing, John, and it's always the conversation when it gets down to the 1-2 game. Do you want to get to that 1-2 or get to the final and wait around for a team to come through the semifinal to play, or do you want to? Is it okay for you to go through a semifinal? I mean, I'm always been on a team that definitely wanted just to get to the final, to know that you're there and think about only one thing. I don't know about you. I know you've been in a couple finals. Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, John. I'm laughing with you.
You think I'm laughing about the times I lost the BC provincial final?
Sorry, man. I knew it as soon as I said it.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I've done it both. I've done it both ways. So the first final I played in, we won the 1-2 game and got the day off, and the second time we came through the semifinal. And I think it's.
Atta girl, Des.
Ooh, very
Great
nice
shot
shot
by
there
Desiree.
from Desiree Hawes. Fantastic little run double there from Miss Hawes. Fantastic shot. But yeah, you're right. It is kind of a debate. Do we want the extra day off? And, is it better to just keep playing? I think really, the sort of, you got to keep playing was maybe a little more when the ice was a little trickier. I think in the olden days, you're playing in a curling club and maybe the ice makers weren't as good as they are now, or, the ice was a little bit trickier. So you wanted to keep playing so you felt like you stayed on top of the ice. And I think now with how good the ice is, you can be reasonably sure that the ice is going to be as close to the, the 1-2 game, the round robin games, or the knockout games, whatever, that you don't really feel like, we got to stay warm. We have to stay playing, And so I think for me, I'm with you. Just get to the final. If you're in the final, anything can happen. And, I found a way to lose it both ways. So maybe I shouldn't be talking, but yeah, to me, that's sort of my opinion on it. Is the ice is so good, and you play so many games throughout the year anyway. It's not like you need the extra game. So get to the final. That's where I'm at.
I would agree, and honestly, it comes down to a mindset, right? If you say you're a team that wants to go through the semifinal, well, you've just lost a game A, but B, you're not going to be mad about it. You're going to obviously reset your thinking and your game face and all that stuff, and you're come out to perform the way you can. So yeah, it comes down to a mindset of which way you're going to go. But it's funny, it's always debated, and I don't really know why, but I guess it's just something to debate.
Well, I think too, Melissa, like especially when you play at this level, you're used to having off competition, right? Like you play in triple knockout tournaments where you qualify out of A, so then you have a day off before the playoffs. So you have experience with it. I think, you know, if you've never had experience with having that full day off and, you know, trying to stay active and find something to do on your day off and you know, accurately prepare for the final, then maybe it can be a little tricky. But I know for both Grandy and Brown, they're two teams that have qualified and had days off before, and so they'll know what to do to be prepared for the final also, and I think that makes a difference.
Good sweep, guys.
I just don't think she's giving us enough on the kick.
Do you want to try it? A third. Like a quarter.
Quarter?
Do you like it?
Hey. Quarter rock?
Yeah. It's squaring. You got this.
Whoa!
Yep.
Right.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Whoa. Got a curl.
Great shot. Does it jam? No, she gets it. What a great shot by Erin
Lovely.
Pincott.
Lovely shot from Pincott.
Get in.
Yeah, threw that really well. She's always been so good at the upweight shots.
11 and a half.
No mistake
And I
made
think that
there.
was the concern. Yeah, and I think that was a concern for Corinne from the very beginning. If you watch this come down,
Get the big roll, though.
because of how thin you had to hit it, they were worried that blue one was going to jam, but great job by Desiree there to be right on it and get it out of the rings.
Eleven, 5.
Close.
Whoa,
11,
close.
5.
Close.
Weight's close.
Yep.
Yep. Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
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 Hard on the roll.
Going for the big roll here.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Really spun off. Okay, good.
12-1. She's just got a lot
So
of
good shot there
rotation,
from
so they're
Kayla
really
McMillan. Just
bouncing
maybe
off hard. Yeah.
maybe just missed the roll there. Missed the roll call, but still a good shot there from Kayla.
Nice 10-5.
Okay. Try to get the roll under, half a roll under.
No, just nose. Don't need to get cute. 10-5.
Let's go, Corinne.
Yeah, nice shot there from Corinne Brown. She lies one without the
The
hammer.
elusive 10-5.
Yeah, I think just there with just through is good. Just enough to kill it. Just through. See if we can get. Yeah, see if we can get a hair curl past the guard. There's a decent amount of space past the guard, so.
Okay.
Just through. The speed will be fine out here.
Yep. Yeah. Weight's good.
Stay close.
Pack.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
Hard.
Back line.
Hard. Hard. Whoa. Close. Whoa.
Switch.
Lens go.
Just through.
Side lens.
Hard
Hard.
lens. Hard lens.
Trying to get a flip under there if they can.
Right out. Right out.
Not quite. Threw that nice soft weight, John, but just didn't quite get enough in behind.
That's good. They
13-5.
can.
Yeah, we've seen that a little bit this week, Melissa, where it doesn't matter what hit weight you throw, it just doesn't quite catch that finish. Because we saw Corinne threw probably a full second more than Clancy did on that one, and Corinne's rolled basically the same amount, or they basically both nosed it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's we're definitely seeing that a little bit, where it's, you know, even if you're throwing 10-5, 11-5, it can be a little tough to get inside and get that finish. We'll see if Corinne can manage it here. Last stone here for Corinne Brown. Sam Fisher on this early. This is really tracking.
Trying to get this one to
Do
curl
they even
and push
have
it
a
out of
piece
the
of it?
rings.
Go, 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 go.
Will Aaron get it out? Oh boy, he does
He will
not.
Well, we just finished saying, Melissa, it can track with that hit weight, and we see it there. Just maybe got a little positive when her release did Corinne there, and it just never came back.
Yeah, I think the weight was perfect. It was exactly what you wanted to throw, but as you say, if you're just on that little outward path on your release, it's really tough to get it to come back. So great opportunity here with that unfortunate miss there by Corinne Brown. So Clancy Grandy with a draw to get 2 points.
Okay, line's fine.
Top 4.
Still running.
I don't think we're quite T. I think we're
Curling now, really curling. Make sure, can't hurt it. Hard, Lynn. Hard, gotta go, gotta go.
Dubé and Loken
Pulling
trying
in,
to
pulling
get
in.
this there.
Keep going a little more. That's good. Good sweeping,
And
guys.
a great sweep from Dubé and Loken. Looked for a minute like it might not quite get there, but indeed it does. So a nice 2 from Clancy Grandy. She will take a 1-point lead. Corinne Brown will have the hammer when we come back. You're watching the BC Scotties 1-2 game live from Chilliwack. Bonsoir, and welcome back inside the Chilliwack Curling Club. John Cullen alongside Melissa Saligo for this ladies 1-2 game between Corinne Brown and Clancy Grandy. And Melissa, Clancy maybe feeling a bit fortunate here. Corinne Brown has been probably, I think fair to say, in control of all 3 of these ends so far, but it's Grandy with the 3-2 lead.
I would agree exactly, John, and especially that last end, you know, Team Brown playing very, very well, and it really just came down to that last stone, and unfortunately for Corinne Brown, just the last rock of hers just tracked and wasn't able to remove her opposition stone, and a little bit of a gift, I would say, and a free draw for 2 for Team Grandy, and Clancy makes no mistake.
So we'll see if Corinne can once again find her way to get set up for a multiple score.
Halfway high or tight.
Same line.
To the logo.
Running like a line. Little high.
Line's good. Line's good.
Weight's fine.
Lindsay, the logo.
All you.
I think it's you, Lynn.
Looks like a good pair by Sarah Loken. First one just goes top 12. And a nice tight card on her second one.
Yeah, nice shot there. Perfectly aligned, as you can see there. So Sam Fisher being asked to come around the corner guard. And I think, Melissa, I got a little glimpse of next door. It looked like Brent Pierce scored 5 in the third end. There we go, against Cam DeYoung. So big lead for the defending champions, who are going to have to take the long way to the final if they want to get back to the Brier.
14-3.
Now, I don't have a great memory, and I might have been, you know, in the midst of COVID last year, but did they not come through the sea last year? Team Pierce, do you remember?
They did. Or yes,
I think they did.
No, they didn't. No, they came through the B.
Okay.
They won the B final, and then they played Czechia, beat them in the 1-2 game, and then Pierce beat Cotter in the semifinal, and then beat Czechia in the final. Yeah.
Okay.
So not quite the long road, but they didn't take the front door either. They didn't go undefeated all the way through. Last year was interesting. The two BC championships mirrored themselves. Kayla McMillan went undefeated on her way to the final, and then lost to Marianne Arsenault. And the same thing happened on the men's side. Team Czechia went undefeated all the way to the final, and then lost to Team Pierce. So it's not always easy to go undefeated in these tournaments. That's for sure. As Lindsay Dubé will sail that one by.
I like tightening up the line a bit, Des.
And I didn't hear the weight call if maybe she was just a little wide or if she actually threw too much weight. But she does go sailing by, so great opportunity here now for Desiree. Try and get another one above the tee line.
I believe Melissa, Lindsay said it was a combo. That she was a little heavy and a little wide, which is
all right.
Not a combo you really want. It's sort of the opposite of a Wendy's spicy chicken combo with a chocolate frosting. It's whatever the opposite of that is.
Whatever the opposite is, that's right.
It's gonna be buried.
So they're calling back 8. They would love for this to be above the tee line and not give Team Grandy anything to freeze to.
Their shot.
There one.
Just a hair deep there from Desiree.
Back 8. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, then.
Back 8.
Kayla's wrong.
Trying back full. Back 8. Still back 8.
Okay.
That one hasn't even got off the center line yet, and it's just about crossing the hog line before it actually does.
Sarah, yep.
So plan B here, John, is to go to the other one because it wasn't going to curl enough.
14-8. Okay.
Loop another?
I think so.
So yeah, they do freeze on that back one, but as you heard Corinne Brown say, they're still the shot rock.
Gotta be half in the 8 to be second.
So I'm guessing, Melissa, here they're looking to just freeze on top of this one again?
Or a little bit lighter, like as long as it's fully buried, they would love to be second shot behind the corner guard.
Back 4.
Freeze. Yep. Straight.
So the sweeper's letting Corinne know it's a little heavy, so maybe a plan B of their own here to go to the one that was just thrown by Lindsay.
You gotta go. Okay, good call and wait.
And that was a
That'll work.
great little tick. Yep.
And really, Melissa, you know, as someone who swept for a long time, I can say that it can be tricky. Like, it can be tricky to make that adjustment call, because you want the original shot to be made so bad, you know, and so sometimes trying to audible for the plan B can be hard to wrap your mind around as a sweeper, and we see both Team Grandy and Team Brown with great audibles there to get something positive out of those rocks.
Sarah's rock.
We're close. Line Line's okay.
Line only.
Yeah, that's just such great communication with both of these teams. It's constant chatter as that rock makes its way down the ice. So really great job by both of these teams.
Yes.
Good. Good call. 14-6. Sweet.
And I guess, Melissa, that was the one downside of the audible for Team Brown is that Team Grandy freezing there, they get shot stone out.
It's just hard because you kind of have to
True,
freeze there to
and
be
you know
shot.
that's why they were trying to throw it top 8 on the previous one for sure. They didn't want to give the opportunity for Granny to follow them down.
Like heavy through.
Yeah, like back line-ish.
Okay. We won't be shot, but hopefully this unlocks.
Well, nose looks good too.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather nose?
Whatever looks better.
If you throw just through, I like going and trying to chip it off.
Okay. Nose is fine though, I think, right? Yeah. You iron.
I think the ideal call here is, well, if you want to bring another yellow one into play, you probably want to hit it on the inside and maybe roll over. But if you do that, John, I believe you're leaving an even better pocket for your opposition if you're Team Brown. So nose isn't too bad, but Corinne's first agenda here is to try and unlock the back yellow one.
Yep, go for nose then. Go for nose. Go for nose then. Go for nose.
Going for nose here.
Sorry. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Same thing.
Starting to be quite a few lemons stacking up in there, Melissa.
Yeah, like freeze to this one.
Is there ever?
Center line side.
Like the same ice.
I don't mind if you throw it the same. And then we top it a hair, but stay on this side of it.
Top it a
And that's
hair,
the
but
key
stay
there,
on
is to
the
stay on the
side.
center
If anything,
line
we'll give you a
side
little
of the
less.
one just thrown by Aaron Pincott.
Manipulate
The
it
last
for
thing
you.
you want to do if you're Team Grandy is to hit nose or a little on the low side. So really important here to stay on the center line side and get shot rock out of this and set up a little bit of an angle.
Top 4, T.
Okay.
A little extra
Top
line,
4.
careful.
It was close.
Let it work.
Right here.
Let it work.
Whoa.
T, I thought. Whoa, off. T.
Whoa.
T.
Close. Yep. Yep.
Lock it on.
Yep, for line.
Hard, Sarah.
Hard
Hard,
for line. Hard, Sarah. Hard, you got it. Good shot.
Good call.
And that looks perfect.
14-9.
Yeah, great shot. Looks like
Good shot.
they might
Really
even
good.
be 1-2.
Really good.
Yeah, they are.
You're right.
Great shot from Kayla McMillan.
I think you have to throw more weight.
I think you
this
gotta
time.
throw a bit more weight though, because you kind of want to punch this one. Hack. Do you like that?
Where am I hitting?
Just a hair high.
Okay. Karen, nice hack. A hair less.
So they're trying to hit this, John, a hair high, but it looks from the overhead that if they do that, I'm not sure the blue one goes anywhere. I think it actually
Lots of weight.
locks it on even maybe a little better, other than this shot rock would be potentially shot.
Whoa! Straight! Straight!
She's got a little more than hack, perhaps.
Perfect. Good.
Oh, what a great shot! Look at that!
Wow, yeah, beautiful shot.
Wow.
Can I hit it on nose and send
think
that
so.
there, leave my shooter?
Yeah.
That goes
It's not
nowhere.
often we see such exciting play around
Can
a
I
corner
play the
guard.
intern?
Usually when these ends
Very
are happening,
true.
it's all around the middle. This
Depends
has
where you
been
wanna hit it.
some
No.
fantastic
Nose.
shot making from both teams.
Okay.
The out turn looks nicer.
What a
to
great
me,
call
but
there
I-
too by Corinne.
Yeah, I think
That's
She
a
knew
little
exactly
bit
where she wanted to hit this, and
we get a
it
little
just,
that's okay, right?
yeah, see it locked there, but it just got enough spin to spin in for shot stone.
take a
What a
quick look
terrific
from
shot.
down
I
here,
think the
but-
out turn looks better even with peel.
Nose is ideal.
Yeah.
Sliver low is okay.
Throwing the out?
Yeah, I'll play the out.
Yeah.
great to see some fans sitting out on the ice. And John, they're not cold. I don't know why you couldn't stay out there for longer.
How do you know they're not cold? Did you talk to them?
They look fantastic. I mean, they look just cozy.
Hard! Roll that!
Oh, another great shot by Team Grandy here.
what?
Great shot making by both of these teams.
Shoot.
As you say, lots
Yeah,
of
I think
action on
like
that
it-
corner guard.
For sure. Well, you could sort of hear Clancy say, Melissa, I think she just felt a little unlucky with where her blues ended up, because I think Corinne might actually be able to get
With like
both
a
of these
9-5.
going, and her yellow catches on that blue one there. So you're right,
So,
great
like an
shot, but I
8-5?
think just
Okay.
where it rolled, I don't know, you can tell me
Yeah, sure,
here,
looks
but
fine.
it kind of looks to me like Corinne might actually be able to get 3 blues
Stay
out
here
here.
high. Do you like that ice?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Her shooter spun out, and it's not.
Oh, it's what?
It's
Yeah,
about
it's
fifth or sixth
Don't hit
sixth
that
shot
card,
or
we got a
whatever.
problem.
And like you say, there's a chance for her now. If Corinne hits this on a little bit on the high side, that both of these blues will spin out, and probably the blue in the back 12 as well. Not that it's
Yeah, like 7, 8.
it's fifth shot right now, or sixth shot.
Guys, Crane, let's go.
So great chance here for Corinne Brown. Not a
So
word from
Corinne-
anyone here.
Yeah, Corinne throwing a hummer.
That's fine.
And does indeed get all 3 blues moving, but I think it might be Grandy that shot at the top of the house, Melissa.
They're either first or second. I don't think yellow's sitting 2 for sure.
But that one I definitely don't think.
Shoot, I kind of forgot about that rock up there.
You and me both, Corinne. I was like, oh, she got all 3 of them going. Perfect.
I know. You guys, nobody was looking at the top 8-foot one. Good thing I'm here. Keep you honest, John.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you certainly do.
Yeah, 'cause if they're not like this, we've seen more than that.
So who is shot? I feel like Clancy said maybe the blue is shot.
I mean, we can play this freeze anyhow.
Yeah, if we're here, that's
We've
good.
seen that a ton, right?
Yeah. I'm just.
Have one more look here.
Definitely not calling this one.
You think so?
Right?
She felt so
Like at
confident,
first
and then
glance, it
Kayla's
looks,
challenged her.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, it's close enough to measure for sure.
Close enough to measure.
I think it's too close to tell.
I think so.
Okay, then we have to play this.
Play to this one.
Yeah.
Okay, we saw this with mine and Lindsay's.
I was kind of thinking we
This
played
one?
this
Yeah,
one.
I'm good with
just
that
like
too.
To T-line.
I'm always
Close.
like that
I think
too.
if we go here
When
with
it's
T-line,
close,
too
anyone
close
can
to-
tell me anything, and I
sure.
can be
Playing
very
right.
easily
Yeah, I
swayed.
Yeah.
It was just so funny. Lindsay came down, had a look. Yeah, it's us. And then Kayla's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
And then there you go. No, now they're not sure. So they're gonna play to the one that either could be first or second shot. Ideally, they would move it about an inch, and then we'd be sure that blue would be line 2. But even if you just freeze it, that's okay too. And as Clancy pointed out, they've played a number of shots down this particular side, so they should have a good idea what the ice is doing here.
So last rock here for Clancy Granby in end number 4.
Top 8!
Hard
The
line.
line was definitely a little tighter than Kayla's.
Gotta go line.
Yeah,
Got off the
Sarah
center
and
line a
Lindsay
lot
on it right out of
earlier.
the hand. Yep.
Don't know if
This
it
is
has the
curling a
weight though.
lot. No. It does not, and that's unfortunate. You could hear the
Yeah.
frustration there from Clancy with a little broom bang, but yeah, he's because not only that, Melissa, it doesn't go far enough where, you know, maybe Corinne has a way of getting that blue one out to count a few.
Just because we have to get enough weight to get to the
And I honestly think that was all about the path that rock took. She just, you could see as soon as she let it go, it was on a different path than Kayla had been throwing. And because of that, it took its own path, and the weight just came off very, very quickly. So if she was on that, a little, you know, on that same path, more in the center line for longer, I think she would have been okay.
I like a bit more. I like this one.
So
15's
they're either
close,
drawing
I
for
think.
1 or drawing for 2 here, John. We're not sure.
Yeah, looks like they figured that they can't really do much with that blue at the top. I mean, I guess you could get creative and maybe run your blue center one back and rip it out for 2, but if it's that close, you might as well take your 1 and maybe get lucky on a measure and get a second point.
Let's go.
So you can see there, Corinne Brown just needs to hit full 8-foot to guarantee herself at least 1.
It's close.
Soft release.
It's a bit out there.
Great feedback there from Corinne, just letting her brushers know that
Curling.
she felt like it was a bit of a soft release. So just to be
Finally.
aware that it might curl more than
Finally,
usual.
we're there.
And this looks like no problem.
Yeah, nice shot there for Corinne Brown. So it'll be 1 for sure, and I would imagine we're going to see the measuring stick again here.
I think so.
Yeah, Corinne. Nice weight.
And looks like they're measuring all 3, so
Where'd that time at, Erin?
maybe it's a low-key triple here for Corinne Brown, Melissa. I guess we'll see.
Well, how big did you think mine
Yeah, it's tough from our angle. It looks like that back yellow one is not in the ball game, but you never know from, like I say, from our angle.
Came out, I was like, never like, whoa.
Yeah, often
does-
it looks like our camera is right above the button, but it's actually not. It's a little behind the house, or sorry, a little behind the button. So it's not a perfect way of judging what is shot stone.
I don't know if we just got tighter earlier because these guys felt like we ran on center for a long time.
Yeah, they did.
Don't just
I
stop.
don't know if that's just the difference.
I'm sure it probably is, but
My guess is it's blue, my original
No,
gut
I think
thought,
it's-
but
I think
we
it's
shall see.
no, I think it's fine. I just
Do you want us to give them to you backwards next time, just in case?
Great job by
Right,
the
sweet.
entire umpiring team here this week. And I think it's blue.
Yeah, good call, Melissa. So Corinne Brown will settle for the single point. We have a 3-3 tie. Clancy Grandy will have the hammer. When we come back, you're watching Curl BC TV. Hello, curling fans. We are back. A great look at rainy downtown Chilliwack here on this Friday night. It's rainy outside, but it's a storm brewing inside here, Melissa, between Team Corinne Brown and Clancy Grandy. They had a barn burner in their first game, a 10-8 final score, and no exception here, 3-3, tons of rocks in play, and that fourth end was a real treat to watch.
Definitely, it's so great seeing both of these teams with the confidence and the comfort to play with those rocks in play and keep us on our toes as well. And I really enjoy seeing that. And and again, you look to both of the leads here, John. You yourself being a lead, how important the rock setup is, and both Sam and Sarah just doing a fabulous job for their teams tonight.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Gotta
for
curl.
certain, we talk about the
Let it
5
work.
rock free guard zone and how vital it is, and
Has to curl.
it makes the lead position so important. And exactly to your point, Melissa, I've had the fortune of playing with Sarah Loken before. We surprise, surprise, lost the mixed final in 2019. So
Sorry.
no, that's okay. I didn't get enough men's silver medals. I thought I might as well subject some ladies to my curse as well.
Too much.
But yeah, it was really fun. We actually Sarah played second on that team. I played lead because Sarah Daniels was our skip, and so we played with the non-traditional order. And I was so impressed even with her moving up to second. She's been pretty much a career lead, and she was so good at second too, and a great sweeper. And you know, I've always been a huge fan of her and her game, and Sam Fisher. You know, what more can you say? Been to the Scotties multiple times, Canadian junior champion, has played with Corinne and Aaron for so long now, and has just been such a good player. And no surprise to see them both playing here and playing so well tonight.
Whoa. Whoa. Hard to stick, hard to stick, hard to stick.
You're trying to get this one to curl, just maybe threw it, Desiree, just a little bit outside, but does manage to get her rock to stay in the rings, which is important here. And this is what we talked about with Team Grandy. They love to take some chances, so they're going to completely ignore that yellow stone that's second shot, and they're going to try and get Lindsay to throw another one right in behind that center guard and right on top of their blue stone that's just biting the top button.
Top 12. Okay. Top 8. I thought a little light. Top 12. Top 8.
Like it to curl a bit if you
Light. Top 8.
switch there, curl.
Top 12.
Gotta go. Gotta
Switch,
curl.
switch. You can switch.
Hard finish. Hard.
Just
Kayla
tight.
McMillan trying to bring this one over.
Yep. Hard.
Okay.
Great brushing, and almost got it there for second shot.
Probably play it across.
We are second. We could just come here. Or play this with like hack or board.
What do you guys like?
Mine either. Board. Sorry? Board. Board. Okay.
Yeah, just keep the angle.
I didn't mind the freeze with the other turn, John. You know, they are second shot, as was pointed out, so you have an opportunity now to actually corner freeze on the other side. I think maybe they're thinking that blue one's in too good of an angle for Team Grandy to leave it there, so that's why they've elected to play this.
Whoa. Yep. Yeah, really good.
And so Des will move that blue one just a little up in the forefoot and leave her yellow there, but it is still Grandy sitting one with the hammer.
Strolling under? Yeah. Okay.
And so I guess for Team Grandy here, got to make sure you get inside of this yellow.
Yep.
Just
Yeah, I would love to get inside, clip under, and be right in front of that other blue stone if you can.
Whoa.
Like that.
Great shot from Lindsay Dubé. And there's
Wonderful
that weight
shot.
we were talking about earlier, Melissa, just that nice, easy control hit weight that was like a heavy hack, soft bumper, and you know, you can just do so much with it as sweepers and throwers.
Sorry? Are we second?
Yeah, that was terrific. It was just such a well-managed rock when you throw that weight.
go iron. Speed's good here. I like a hair loss. Corinne. Top 8! Top 8, top 12!
Line's good. Top 8.
Top 8!
No bounce on this line.
Not bouncing, top 8! Top 12, top 8! Top 8, waist close!
Oh, it's got a curl. Whoa, have a look. Have a look, you guys.
So Aaron Pinco Pincott trying to freeze here, but Hawes and Fisher might have just overswept that.
Oh, that is a little bit of a mistake for sure. You know, they were calling top 8, top 12 the entire way, but they pounded it. I think they took it farther than they thought they could, and it was a little bit late, and they have a bit of a tick off now. And that's the one thing Corinne said, no bounce, no bounce. And unfortunately, it did bounce a tiny bit. So a bit of a mistake there on the sweeping.
Yeah, and just one of those shots where there's really no tolerance for being heavy here, and chance for Kayla McMillan to pounce.
Yeah, this would be a great chance here for Kayla if she can ever hit that yellow stone and potentially roll to the side away from the center. Don't want to leave her rock there for sure. What a great shot.
Good sweep, guys.
Perfect. Perfect roll.
It's a good throw. 11-8. Wait, it's good.
And these are the things that we talk about, John. If your opposition gives you that slightest opportunity by making an unforced error or a mistake, and you pounce on them, it could come back to bite you. So well done there by Lindsay, and Team Brown now needs to make a couple of great shots here to limit the potential of Team Grandy getting a multiple point end.
9.
Yep! Whoa!
Aaron Pincott looking for the hit and roll here.
Roll it. No, it's not rolling.
Okay.
And it won't quite get that roll, but it will sit there for a second shot.
Try and roll right on top now.
And John, I don't know if you saw next door there, but De Jong ended up putting a 3 on the board in the 4th end, so they're actually back within 1 after giving up that 5-ender.
If we play it this way, we're probably rolling.
Yes, indeed, and you can see the other scores there too. Kristen Ryan and Taylor Reese Hansen knotted up at 2. And Cody Tanaka leading Sebastian Robillard 6-2.
That's what I'm thinking. It's just a matter of what weight
so
you think.
The winner of Pierce De Jong will play the winner of Tanaka and Robillard in the men's 3-4 game tomorrow morning.
I think we might need more.
Like a 10 then?
Yeah, well, your last one was 11-8. I was thinking we throw 11.
Sure.
I think that... If you don't mind throwing a 10, it probably works best because we can hit it a bit thicker. Okay.
Just make it. Yeah. Yeah. Should feel like a 10. Yeah.
And if you look at where she puts the broom, John, you almost think she's throwing peel weight because she's got the broom right in the middle of the rock. But Team Grandy's been practicing this particular throw all season. You can see the rotation that this team throws, especially Kayla McMillan. Lots of rotation on an outward motion. Try and keep the rock as straight as possible for as long as possible. And it's worked for them incredibly well.
That's good.
Yeah, it works for them again there.
Me too.
Team Grandy lying 2.
How about, do you have air?
I think you were always going into
Nothing
the side
on this side. You have a smidgen of air on the intern.
Yeah, especially for hit and rolls, Melissa, when you throw that little bit of extra
You're like
rotation,
edge
you
to edge
also
on this
tend to
side.
get a little bit more roll, so it can make those longer rolls a little easier.
Yeah, and I was just wondering, did she push that a little too far? We haven't seen it from the far end yet to see how it lines up. There's a good look at it. So there's I would say there's a tiny bit of air maybe on both sides. This turn, the out turn looks a little bit easier, I would say, to try and get the roll under.
Yeah, I think we've seen a few rocks on this path curl, so if Corinne can get to the inside of this, she may be able to rescue this end.
Yeah, she's looking for hack weight here. Would love to flip under those 2 blue guards.
Big! Hair big! Close.
Yes!
Yes. Weight's close.
And
Yeah, I heard them say they're on the top. And that could be the worst case scenario right there.
Boy.
Ouch. Yeah. Weight was really good. It just curled.
Yeah, weight was good, and you know, sometimes this happens, Melissa, where you see those rocks edge on edge like that, and just in your mind, you're trying so hard for the roll that you forget that you can't do what they just did. You know,
great point,
you have
John.
to,
You know, you're right. Yeah, you try so hard to make it on your own when you just got to throw it to the broom and let the brushers do their thing. And so there's a good look at it now. And, you know, Corinne's going to have a shot here on her last one to try and get out of this mess. But right now, Team Grandy looking good here to get a multiple point end.
Half under to a little bit more is good. Okay.
yeah, I mean, I think if Clancy can make this, it's going to be, it's going to need to be a,
than the one on Sarah's side. Okay.
it's going to need to be a run back to limit the damage.
You heard Clancy, she wants to get under the guard and a little bit higher than the other stone that's sitting there.
Top 4 right now.
Okay,
Like
fight
that
top
one.
4. I liked it.
Top 4.
Easy then, easy
Line's
then.
weight. T, top 4.
Sounds like weight's there on its own.
Line's
Top
okay, line's okay.
Lindsay then.
Lindsay's rock.
Top
Yeah,
4.
looks a little heavy right now.
Gotta go, Linz. Gotta go.
You don't want it to be deep, that's for sure.
Hard. Finish hard, always finish. Go, go, go. Little by little.
Hard.
Okay.
That's a pretty nice spot for that one.
I would think so.
15-3. Okay.
Good throw.
Yeah, that's a nice throw. Yeah.
Yeah, like that throw.
Yeah,
Good
easy to
spot.
read.
Yeah.
Probably have to make a double though.
Let's see.
Do you see anything else?
And what do you do now if you're Corinne Brown here, Melissa? There's not a lot of joy here.
There really isn't. You know, Corinne's looking at it. I don't think the double's there if we get a shot at it from the hack end.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can.
Just play the double.
Well, no, I don't think there is. But could you ever make the double on the 2 on the right-hand side and maybe say, hey, we'll give you 3?
Yeah.
I think
Yep,
that's
I think
maybe
that's
your
all
best
she has.
option. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I do too.
you'd maybe have a shot at a triple if you run the center one back, but if you ever try the run back and you miss it, you're giving up 5. So
Right.
not a great situation to be in, and I think also too, Melissa, depending on where Corinne hits this, it could actually jam on the blue one on the outside as well. So
I'm looking at that too, John, but I'm not trying to think about it. You know, if she's hoping it's going to go over top, but we'll see here. The key is just try and get something out of that 4-foot and limit the damage here.
and Corinne gets that one a little tight too, and will not move it far enough. And so Clancy Grandy is going to have an open hit for 4.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And that about sums it up right there.
Oh boy, is right.
11 to 11 and a half.
Yeah.
Great on nose.
Yeah.
To run nice here.
Yeah. Can hold it.
So a dream 5th end here for Clancy Grandy. A few great setup shots from Lindsay Dubé and Kayla McMillan, and now it's up to Grandy to hit the grand slam here. Can put 4 on the board.
Hard, right to it. Right to it.
Holding it. Keep it.
Hard.
Keep going. Keep
Hard.
going. Right to it. Right to it.
Heavy clean is
You're
good.
good, you're
Heavy clean is good.
Good throw.
Great brush there by Sarah.
That's okay.
And it is
And
4.
there it is. 4 for Clancy Grandy. What a 5th end. They will take a commanding 7-3 lead into the break. It'll be a 5-minute break for the players and a 5-minute break for us. We'll see you when we come back. You're watching the BC Scotties live on Curl BC TV.
That has to be the most Canadian thing I've ever seen.
Well, maybe if he was also eating a poutine.
Whoa. And drinking maple syrup.
And he's also a curler.
Guys, you know I've never actually been curling before.
And you call yourself a Canadian?
I'm sorry.
There's more than 1,000 curling facilities in Canada. Be a good Canadian and find one near you today.
When I grow up, I want to be a superhero. I want to be a firefighter. I want to graduate university. I don't know what I want to be. I want to be an archaeologist. I want to be a scientist. Pilot, coach, carpenter. I'm going to be a curling champion.
Kids dream big. Your support will help them realize their dreams on and off the ice.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Chilliwack Curling Club, home of the 2023 BC Scotties. This is the women's 1-2 game between Team Clancy Grandy and Team Corinne Brown. John Cullen alongside Scotties and Canadian champion Melissa Saligo. And Melissa, my goodness, what a fifth end for Clancy Grandy, has completely turned this game on its head. Unbelievable,
really. It kind of came out of nowhere, but not really. Like, it started off as one of our kind of our normal ends, and just a couple hit and rolls. There was that jam halfway through the end, and the next thing you know, Team Grandy has an open hit for 4 points.
Half. Tight. Half. Line's good.
Yeah, it was, you know, we talked about it during the end, but just really good execution from Grandy, too. There were a few mistakes from Brown, but a really, really nice hit and roll by Lindsay Dubé, a nice hit and roll by Kayla McMillan. Really got it all set up. And Melissa, you know, you're down 4, you only got 5 ends to play. What do you think Jim Cotter was saying to Team Brown at the 5th end break after giving up that 4?
Well, I would imagine that Team Brown needs to take a couple of risks here. They don't want to go crazy, but I don't think getting 1 point is going to be enough. I know you have 5 ends left to play, but it would be really beneficial to them to try and get at least a deuce on the board. So they're going to probably take a couple of risks, but they're not going to risk it as much to give up any more points to Team Grandy. So, you know, if they're not feeling comfortable, maybe by Aaron's second stone, I would imagine they would try and bail. And then the second thing I was going to say, which Corinne just pointed out for us, is probably doing the double quarter guard, and that I think that's what they've just called.
Like to wait. All there.
Roll then.
Around.
Where?
T-line.
Oh.
T-line. Okay. Come around.
Got a curl.
Oh. Back 4.
Okay.
Go T.
Line's fine.
We're all there. Back 4.
Pretty sure she called a tight guard here, but you know, as long as they can bury it, then it'll be safe behind that guard for a little while. But really wanted to get it fully buried.
Gotta go, Des. Gotta go. Good. Okay. 14-6.
And maybe a little deeper than they would have liked, I think, Melissa.
I think so. Ideally you want to be top part of the house and above the tee line, but line was more important than anything there. And you can see for Clancy, she's just going to ignore it right now and try and put another one in the middle. She wants to keep the play away from that corner guard side.
Tight. High 2. I thought tight. No. You're tight. Just really tight, actually.
Yeah, still tracking.
Than I thought. Yeah. Tight. Just tight. Almost top 12.
Don't really want to.
Whoa. Top 12 almost.
No.
I think it will stop.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Go
That's
around.
pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah, that's no question about that. It might be in. Looks like from here maybe in. I mean, that doesn't really matter to Team Brown. They'll just have Desiree Hawes try and put another one around this corner guard.
Not a big Back 4. Back 4.
Line's good.
T-line.
You can hear them saying back 4 again. They
Line
really
only.
don't want to be
Looks hot,
deep
yeah.
on this. I mean, I don't
really
think
warping,
Clancy
it's
Granny's
really
going to
warping.
waste any time, and she's going to peel that corner guard as soon as she can, but it would be nice to have something above the tee line here behind this corner guard.
She does. Good.
And that will
You also don't
slide
wanna-
a little deep.
And you don't want to cluster your rocks together either, so if she does peel the guard, you almost have to think about putting another guard back up, John, otherwise there's an easy double over there.
Yeah, I think for sure we'll see probably a guard go up after Lindsay Dubé makes this peel.
Whoa. Oh. Kayla. Whoa.
Lindsay Dubé looking to add a,
Thank you.
Oh.
I wasn't sure if I was going to touch it
I think
or
you
not.
jinxed her.
well, I didn't try to.
I know you didn't. I actually think Lindsay missed one in that spot a couple of ends ago, if I'm not mistaken. I know she did miss an open hit. I think it was 2 ends ago in that same spot.
I kind of thought you might have.
Well, that was a funny situation too, because Clancy Grandy almost stopped it, and then it almost ended up hitting a yellow one out at the back of the house, but she
Get
almost
back.
stopped it at the top of the house, and Corinne had to tell her, don't stop it.
Like it's hot. Waist close. Back 4.
So great chance here now for Brown, trying to get something going here. They've got some rocks in play. They've got their corner guard. Again, continue to play away from that center line and keep piling the rocks in over here on the side.
Yeah, great opportunity and nice shot there for Desiree Hawes. So it's still Grandy sitting the 1, but 2, 3, 4 belong to Corinne Brown. And we saw in the 4th end, Melissa, this spot of the sheet was a popular place to be, and apparently that's holding up again here in end number 6.
going to be a couple ruts out there with all the rocks that have gone down this particular side. And I'm just curious, John, if if you're Team Grandy with a 4-point lead, would you ever peel the guard on the shot?
Peel the corner?
Corner.
Yeah.
There's only one rock that's giving you a pain right now, and that is the corner guard. So I'm not sure why they're playing the freeze. I mean, obviously to outcount all those other yellow ones, but really the only problem rock right now is that corner guard.
Yeah, that's the risk right there. Leave that one wide open. And so Erin Pincott, if she can get to the inside of this one, it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 for Corinne Brown in the house. So yeah, no, I agree with you, Melissa. I would have been peeling the corner guard all day. And what's interesting, maybe more even, Melissa, is that they didn't even discuss it. Like there was no talk of, oh hey, do we ever peel this corner guard? Clancy called the freeze and everybody seemed to agree. So could be something they've discussed as a team, and maybe that's just how they prefer to manage that situation. But yeah, I agree with you. I would have been looking at peeling the corner for sure.
Yep. Clean.
And great shot
Nice
there
shot.
from Erin Pincott.
I'd be a little nervous if I was Team Grandy right now with those 4 yellow stones.
Yeah. Almost. Okay. You could make
Me too.
this.
Me too.
Double and roll.
The one thing that's working in favor of Grandy right now, Melissa, is that center guard.
Right.
I've got almost all.
Okay.
Do we just play the hit and flop then? Like stay there?
I think you want to play the double and
Do you
roll
like
here.
it with peel? Where
If
do
not
you
just the
wanna
hit and roll
roll?
and whatever happened to that other
Ideally,
yellow
we're
one. If you could
rolling
ever
dead
roll.
buried.
Right.
Do you want to come take a quick look at it?
Yeah, we've seen this.
Yeah. I think we throw peel.
Okay.
How's
Probably a
that
bit
look?
less for me.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
So we heard them say, Melissa, the key here is to stick the shooter.
And I
Obviously,
would
if you
very
get a
much
roll
agree
behind the
with
center
that.
guard, it's great. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, if you get that perfect roll behind the center guard, it's great, but just sticking it anywhere is crucial.
Whoa. Whoa. Lindsay.
And she put this one out a little, so Lindy's going to have to get some
You're just backing it
curling
up.
action done here. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed.
Oh boy.
Well, and you heard Kayla say in the hack that she knew that she needed to throw that one with a bit of a softer release as opposed to her usual sort of positive release, and it just seemed like maybe she wasn't quite able to get the release she wanted to. And you heard Clancy say unforgiving spot.
Right, and she threw a ton of weight. I'm not even sure they needed to throw that kind of weight, especially if you're playing the hit and roll. They've been playing the soft weight the entire game. And so here we go. Will they make this double?
Hard.
Great result, though.
Good throw.
Yeah, didn't make the double, but roll that shooter onto the rings, and now Corinne Brown sitting 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Wow, I think that's such a great result there for Team Brown.
Yeah, like kind of
And
half.
Team Grandy is in a heap
Is
of
it
trouble.
the end of the world if we do this, if we freeze?
It kind of looks like it might like go over the
top.
top.
So we
Yeah,
need
I
to
think we
move
need to
it.
move it.
Okay.
Like even if you like over curl, I think, and go into here,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna give.
My worry is that when you bring this one into the rings,
Sure.
you could potentially be setting yourself up for a double because you're, you're grouping your stones. But I'm not sure what else you would do. You can't
I think that should be close.
really guard,
Yeah,
can you?
Well, I'd be petrified to guard. If you ever miss
Yeah,
the
I would
guard, you're giving up 6. So
Back 8.
I would agree.
Time to
So
top ours and roll. Okay.
So
We
you heard
just wanna
Clancy,
get a
they're
bit
trying to
low
tap
on
and I
ours.
think roll towards those yellow ones, even just 3-4 inches. They don't have to roll very far.
Just let her know the weight. Yeah. Just back 8.
So you see where she's got the broom, John. She's not taking very much ice here for a back 8. So interesting. Only like a foot of ice.
That's a bit heavy.
Okay.
Back 12.
Whoa, close.
Lindsay,
Close,
so heavy. Yep. Lindsay.
Whoa, Lindsay.
Nice.
Heavy.
Looks like a lot of weight.
Whoa, straight.
Looks like a lot of weight.
In the middle.
Way too much weight.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow, that was a way. Tolerance on that one was definitely to be on the lighter side. Big mistake there by Clancy.
This is crazy.
This is crazy.
Is the error to overroll?
I think so.
Like, if Corinne gets a roll in here, Clancy's just like trying to make a triple to give up 4.
Pardon me? Like showing half's good?
I
My
think
goodness.
so. I don't know what Clancy has right now, to be honest. I don't think she has a draw anywhere. The only thing,
as long as Corinne rolls this.
Exactly. As long as she, you know, she can even roll out for all they care at this point.
Lots of weight. Yep. Lots of weight. Yep.
They just don't want to leave it there and give Clancy anything to come off of.
9-3.
Like that.
Yeah, so that was probably the only way that Clancy could escape this end, and Corinne Brown has given her a chance to do it, but it is Corinne Brown sitting 6 with the hammer.
Same weight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, Melissa, because we did hear Corinne say that the tolerance was to over-roll it. So I'm a little surprised that she didn't, you know, perhaps ice herself for that. But still, this is a massive amount of pressure here on Clancy Grandy with her final stone.
So she's throwing the same weight, and I'm not sure if they're talking about the same weight that the rock ended up being, which was back 12.
Maybe a hair more.
Hair more.
Hair more. Whoa.
Clean, close, clean.
Whoa, Lindsay.
Hair more.
Lens.
Hard lens. Hair more. Really hard lens.
Yeah, gotta go.
Really hard. Really
Hard.
Really hard. Anything.
I think this is on the nose.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Just more weight. Got 11.6. Yeah.
My goodness.
I
don't even know what to say.
I don't know what to say either, John. I'm gonna. You know, again, and that's one of those shots. Both Corinne's and Clancy's last shot, 2 shots here. You got to be very, very aggressive on the roll. So tight ice. Let your brushers do whatever they can with it. But if you know, especially on Corinne's, if you overroll, who cares? But on Clancy's, you had to get any roll, even if you outcounted 2 or 3 of those stones. So big chance here now for Corinne Brown and her team to get a potential 6.
Go big. Okay. Oh.
Well, that is
There
2
it
of the
is.
craziest ends of curling
Wow.
you will ever see. Clancy Grandy scores 4, and Corinne Brown bounces back with a 6. In the words of Wayne Marple, I can't speak. It is 9-7, Corinne Brown. Clancy Grandy will have the hammer when we come back. Enjoy this break. I know I need it.
Time and a half here. We're rushing a little bit.
Whoa, no, I think you're fine.
Hey, sit down.
Well, Melissa, I certainly don't know what to say right now. I didn't know what to say a minute ago, and I still don't now. Clancy Grandy scores 4. Corinne Brown rebounds with 6. And they now have a 9-7 lead. I hope if you were betting on this game, you had the over, because I think you've already cashed it.
I'm not sure what to say either, John. Honestly, you know, it's I know Team Grandy obviously is probably just about as surprised as we are, but it goes back a couple of rocks to the middle of that end, and you and I talked about it, about peeling the corner guard. There was only one rock that was causing any issues for Team Grandy. I mean, Team Brown threw their first 2 rocks behind the T line, like way back in the back 12. And so they are of no consequence at that point. But when the opportunity came to peel the guard or come in and try and freeze, Grandy elected to come in and try and freeze and not peel the guard. And if you're up 1 or 2, okay, maybe. But when you're up 4, I think you had to peel the guard.
Well, Erin Pincott said when Sam Fisher slid deep on her draw around the corner guard, well, there's lots of room for rocks there, and little did she know.
Top 8! Top 8!
She was predicting the future.
Yeah.
Line's good.
Yeah, who knew she would be so prescient?
Line only.
Lindsay's off. Have to finish. Yep, go now.
So it's really important here for Team Grandy now to try and some way shake that one off. I mean, obviously Team Brown did a great job of it after they gave up the 4. They weren't happy, but they came back with this big end, and now it's going to be up to Team Grandy to see if they can find the mental fortitude and the perseverance to try and forget about what just happened and try and get back into this game. There's still lots of time.
Oh, it's got rim.
Tight.
But if you've ever seen a drastic momentum switch before, John, I think that might be it.
Can you go on it, Sam? It's got to
I think so, yes.
It's got to get over, guys. Hard. Yeah, right to center. Hard, Sam, right to
It's
center.
also kind of
Hard
crazy
to
to think that Corinne Brown scored 6 in an end, and there's no guarantee they're going to win this game. Usually if you score 6 in a game, you're like, oh, we probably won that one, right? But Grandy is only down 2 with the hammer. So just crazy.
Good ad.
T. Top betting.
Top 4.
Right to it. Lock it on.
Line.
Hard. Lock it on.
8.
Hard.
Still gonna top 8.
Hard.
Top 4. Hard. Top 4.
Yep.
Hard then. Yep. Hard.
Keep
you gotta
moving.
go.
Go.
Hard. You gotta go.
Gotta go.
Hard,
Go.
the line.
Good sweep.
Good sweep. Good sweep.
Great
Nice shot there from
nice shot.
Lindsay Dubé.
Short.
Great sweep, yep.
Speed here is nice.
And with that over curl by that blue Grandy stone, I like how Team Brown is still going to keep their foot on the gas pedal a little bit here. They're going to try and corner freeze and create a really good angle for themselves if they can ever get to the corner of that blue stone without over curling it.
Straight. Lock it on.
Trying really hard to lock it on without over curling. That's pretty good.
Ooh, it's keen there. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice shot there.
What was that?
And yeah, this is, as you said, Melissa, sort of the ultimate test of mental fortitude here for Clancy Grandy, because, you know, if it was, say, 5-3 and you had to hammer in 7, you probably would be just going about your business. Okay, we just got to get 2.
Exactly.
But when you're up 4 and you give up 6, it's definitely a test of being able to park that and try to come back.
It's early. Right at her.
Really great point, John. That's very, very true. So seeing that they're in a little bit of trouble here, Lindsay is going to try and double peel those yellow stones. yellow guards.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't want to hit that blue one on the side.
Okay. Okay.
I had Des there.
So just an unfortunate miss there for Lindsay Dubé. And Corinne Brown once again set up pretty well here in this 7th end.
Tight. Don't want to. Ah. Trying.
Split it?
No. I just gotta let it die. It's coming down. We're
Just
above it. Mine's good.
It's just gonna be like an easy double is all. Sit, baby. Sit.
Oh, Karen.
Karen.
Nice line.
All right.
Just a little tighter than she probably wanted. It's an easier double this time for Team Grandy if they take it on.
Just throw another. Where do you need to hit it?
Well, you're trying to hit it as thick as you can, and we'll try and roll your shooter. Unless you want to play it this way.
Yeah. If it's an option.
All right, let's make it.
This is right through in practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Hard. Yep. Back up.
Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
Okay.
I was going to say, what happened?
Yeah, exactly. I heard rocks move.
Well, it looks like we hit
not a
someone
bad-
in the... Yeah.
Not a bad shot there for Kayla McMillan.
It's good though. Yeah, it's unlock stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely opens
needed
everything
to do
up
that.
and
Yeah.
unlocks things on the button, so that's good for Team Grandy. Here's our replay, and we get to see it.
Yeah, good shot.
No big. Yes.
So great chance here for Brown to lie 3.
We're 10. No.
Ideally, their end plan is to force Grandy to have to take a single here in 7.
Yep.
Sorry, kind of a weird slide.
So I asked you earlier, Melissa, you know, what Jim Cotter might have said at the 5th end break to Corinne Brown. And now I'd really like to know what he said to them, because
I would too.
apparently it was the greatest 5th end break speech of all time.
Yeah, I think we should get that on paper or recorded somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have to ask
I know
Jim.
that some athletes listen to the Al Pacino speech from Any Given Sunday to get themselves riled up before a big game or a big event. Maybe we've been missing. The missing ingredient has been Jim Cotter the whole time.
Close. Whoa. 11-5. Close. Yep. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. Linz.
Oh.
Linz.
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 Hard
Roll.
Linz.
Roll it.
And so we're seeing this end, Melissa, just Team Grandy kind of on the wrong side of the inch on a lot of stuff.
I would agree, and you know, it's interesting. Like I really don't think for Team Grandy, the way they throw their stones, you're not going to see a rock take off on them, and they wait until about halfway for the sweeper to start sweeping for curl. So you could almost do that a little bit early to get some more movement. I mean, that was a foot away from being a perfect shot. They're going to have to be, and so what I'm saying by that is they have to be more aggressive on their it's hit and rolls in order to try and get some rocks moving into the right place.
Lead. 10. Lead. Yes.
Hard for nose.
Weight's good, actually.
Nice shot there by Corinne, and still continues to put the pressure on.
That got a bit close.
Great shot from Corinne. They lie 3.
I felt so close. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So I'll play that 11 and a half.
11.5?
Yeah. $11 and a half, roll behind.
Okay.
Like behind our corner. Yeah.
Okay.
Even if we're not quite shot, I think we roll it all the way behind the corner.
Okay. Sounds good.
So you heard the call, John. They're throwing about 11 and a half, and again, trying to get that roll behind the corner.
11. Okay. 11.5.
You just have to be careful of the angle, though. There is that yellow stone that they're trying to roll behind as well, and they don't want to leave a short run, angle run for Team Brown.
Hard. Okay. Hard. Anything. Go.
Whoa.
Okay, good. 11.1. Okay.
Just didn't quite roll as far as they would have liked there.
Good throw.
Throw a 10.
And so a short run for Corinne Brown, and you know, kind of lost in all of this, Melissa, is this is potentially turning into a steal situation for Team Brown.
Just nose.
It is, and Team Brown has played 100% this game, at this end, pardon me, and just a nose hit here would be ideal, and it would force Team Grandy to have to draw to the pin basically for their single against 3 counters. Like, not a great position for Grandy to be in for sure. So important shot here for Team Brown. Just keep the pedal to the metal and keep the pressure on their opposition.
Lots away. Lead. Has to curl. Just clean.
Whoa.
Has to curl. Just watch the shooter. Roll a shooter.
Roll them both.
Whoa, you're good.
So maybe just a little more weight for Corinne Brown than they were expecting. And so it'll be a draw to the just past the full 8 foot, biting the 4 here for Clancy Grandy. Sorry, it sounded like I drank a little too much Clancy brandy. Can't get the words out of my mouth. So final stone here in end number 7. Team Grandy trying to right the ship. Need to bite the 4 foot.
You can clean it.
Yeah. See, it's not curling yet.
Okay.
And Sweeper's body language suggesting they're not in love with it. Lindsay Dubé backed fully off of it. Will this stop in time? It's got to slow down. And I think it'll slow down in time to only give up 1. Yes. But it will indeed be 1 yellow. So Corinne Brown continues to put pressure on the wound, opening up a 10-7 lead. Clancy Grandy will have the hammer in the 8th end. When we come back, it's been a wild ride. You're watching the BC Scotties.
Aaron's close, if anything. 15. It's really curling now. Aaron. Make it good.
Oh, it's good. Very good.
All right, here we go. 8th end. Ladies 1-2 game here at the BC Provincial Championships. The BC Scotties, John Cullen alongside Melissa Soligo, and turning into a football score here, Melissa. Just for the curling fans who say there's too many blank ends in the game, I say you're wrong. Watch this.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy game, and you know, 10 points scored in 2 ends, of course. And oh, I like what someone just put in the chat. It is Friday the 13th today, so you know, anything can happen apparently on Friday the 13th. So you know, I guess the good news is that Team Grandy has the important hammer in the 8th end, so they've got 2 hammers to 1 over Brown theoretically. But with that steal of 1, it puts Team Brown in the driver's seat and in total command of this game right now.
Let it work.
Yeah, I guess with it being Friday the 13th, there's worse things that could happen than losing a curling game. Like, as long as a guy in a hockey mask with a chainsaw doesn't show up, things are probably pretty good in perspective.
I would agree. I would agree. I'm gonna go lock my door just in case, but I agree.
T back 4.
So Melissa, does it feel to you like Team Grandy really needs to sell out here? You know, there's only 3 ends left. It is the 8th end. They've got potentially 2 hammers left. Do you feel like they really got to try to go for it here?
Yep, you have to. Yep, right back.
I almost do. I really do. And I think for a number of reasons, they've really lost the momentum in this game. So they really need to try and find a way to make some great team shots together and get some of their momentum back and get some of their confidence back. You know, that was it's hard to say what happened on the last shot and the last end. And, you know, Clancy, you know, maybe just pushed out a little too hard. She hadn't thrown a draw for a little while. So, you know, maybe just didn't take her time and, you know, came up, what, 3-4 inches too deep. So it's really important, I think, for Grandy to really take some risks this end, and I think the way things are going, it's not a sudden death game, so that's a good thing. But Team Brown has all the momentum, and they are playing just outstanding right now. So it's going to take a lot to derail them at this point, I think. And knowing that, I think that's where, for your opposition, for Grandy, you need to actually take some chances.
Just as quick as it has been.
Yeah, I agree with you, Melissa. I think, like you said, it's a momentum thing. It feels like if you're Team Grandy, it probably feels like everything is stacking on top of you right now. So even just getting 2 here, yes, you'll be down 1 without the hammer, but feeling like you just at least get some kind of victory here would feel pretty good.
That's right, and that's the key, right? Whether you win or lose this game, that's one part of it for sure. Of course, you want to win. The other part, though, is that you get something out of this game, especially mentally. You have to feel good about coming off this game and knowing that you did your best, you put all your shots out there, all that kind of thing. And I know Lindsay herself has been struggling a little bit, and so that's a good result there for her, just trying to get a good couple of shots under her belt. And I just have a feeling that this game's long from over, so we still do have 3 ends left, and you never know what can happen.
No question, yeah. Anything can happen.
But I really believe Team Brown right now is firing on all cylinders. They are making some incredible shots.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's another good one there, and Brown's lying at least 2.
Might catch the back one on the way.
Play 11.5.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's real straight. I'll hold it for you.
Make a good roll.
$11.8, easy.
Close. Yep.
12.
Yep. Well. Yep.
12.
Well.
11.5.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Shot, Linz.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot there from Lindsay Dubé.
Good call.
Gets both the yellows moving and
You just ripped, that's fine.
maneuvers her stone into a second shot situation.
Or do you like just peeling? Straight peel might be the call. Do you like just peeling?
Sure. It might hit our R's. Is that okay?
Yeah, because we don't know more than 2 here. That's a straight double after.
That's my only thought with the run is that it might not kill the guard.
Okay.
If you peel, you peel.
Okay. Hair high?
Hair high.
Squared? Yeah, just roll the shooter. Whoa, no, lean. Close, yep. Whoa! Whoa!
Aaron Pincott just about pulled a Sam Fisher.
Shooter! Okay, sorry. Shoot. Almost lost it there.
Sam had a little fall at the Junior Worlds in 2013 that I believe was her profile picture for a while on
Oh, really?
various social media apps. Yeah, it was like an insane fall. Like it
I just don't
doesn't
know if
look
we
like
need to
someone
try to
should
go
be able to
into
fall
this
like
one
that
now
out of a
'cause it's
curling
second.
slide. It was great.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I'll see if I can dig it up for you.
They're gonna play the double anyways, but
I know.
I don't.
But it's just if they
But it's
still
not
play 11 and a half. Okay.
I think going behind the guard is the call. Okay. 11 and a half. Yeah. 11.
They're up.
Yeah.
More than 11.
11. Yeah.
Whoa.
Big.
Whoa.
10-8.
Yeah.
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 Still big.
You gotta go.
Sorry, gotta go. 10-4.
Really hard. Really hard. Roll, 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 roll. Hard, 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 hard.
Okay.
Just trying for the roll behind the guard, but didn't quite get it.
What kind of weight?
9.5.
Yeah, pretty close there, and they're just the
Okay.
last couple ends they just haven't been
Whatever you
getting the
see it.
rolls that they're looking
That'll
for,
work.
just under curling everything.
How much?
So great chance here now for Aaron to hit and roll into that blue one that's over on the side there and out count it. That would be ideal, and if it doesn't roll that far, they could actually roll behind their yellow guard as well. So a couple of chances here.
Whoa. 9.5. Be close.
Close. Then double.
You have to stick it.
Sorry, I
And
should
you
have
can't
called
do
it
that
earlier.
very often, John.
No, not easy to get through that hole there. It's an unfortunate result for Aaron Pincott. You heard Corinne say she maybe should have called it, and now all of a sudden three's in play for Clancy Grandy.
Sorry, 11.5.
This game is insane, Melissa. Had a,
Should come through final.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Okay, let's think a good roll here.
Well, it's definitely keeping us on our toes. So great chance here now, back for Kayla
11,
McMillan if she
11
can
and a
ever
half.
hit this one on. I think they were calling for the nose hit,
11
I
right
believe,
now.
John. Are they, or the hit and roll?
Gotta go.
11.
I think
Shooter
just
in
nose.
place.
Really gotta go. Hard.
Hard there.
Hard. Hard.
Really hard.
Trying to keep your shooter in play.
Okay.
And
And it will sit. It's just whether or not it outcounts that yellow one at the
I
back.
think it's okay.
yeah, and I'm not sure.
I think it's us, but it's close. Okay. Just nose. You got it.
Yeah, from this angle,
So
I
yeah,
think it looks yellow, but not really mattering. This is going to be the shot here, obviously, for Corinne. Try to play the double.
Just nose. Yeah.
yeah, that would be the unfortunate part if indeed that rock is not shot.
Okay. Let's go, Chris.
Correct.
Corinne makes this double, now all of a sudden it's looking like a potential force situation again.
No. No.
Close.
No.
Close. Yeah.
Nice shot.
And very nice indeed from Corinne Brown. So we think Brown is sitting 2.
I wasn't that up.
Yeah. A little short on time. So
And I have to say, Melissa, it does feel to me like Corinne's really gotten dialed in. She had a few misses in the first half of the game, but these last 4 ends, she's been fantastic. Or the last 3 ends, rather.
Yeah, I think so.
I agree. They've been, some uncharacteristic misses by Corinne in the first few, as you mentioned. But again, we've got to find out what Jim said at the 5th end break. I'm sure that's the key here, but no, Team Brown and Corinne especially just curling fantastic this last few ends. And patient too, and waiting for their chances. So there is still a little opening here for Team Grandy. And I think by the way they called this shot, the hit and roll over to the other yellow stone, I think they think that yellow is lying too.
Sarah!
Sarah! Hard, Sarah! Hard, Sarah! Hard, hard!
Does Clancy have the double here?
Just over top.
My goodness. So close. What a try from Clancy Grandy.
Good throw. We weren't trying to make the double.
No.
So maybe just a bit of a communication error there. I think maybe Kayla was calling for the double rather than the hit and roll, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that seemed to be what Clancy was indicating, that
Jim wants a time.
maybe she...
Timeout.
Okay, Jim Cotter wants timeout.
Called here by Jim.
So we'll see what he wants a timeout about.
Where to put this stone, I would imagine.
Look, Jim, they can't score 6 this end. So...
Sort of eliminates.
Just throw like a 9 at it?
Yeah, hit and roll and forcers. What I'm thinking, if you love the draw, I don't mind it.
It's okay.
And we can get the force there too, right?
Yeah.
And it's, it'll be a tougher shot.
But this is easier.
I'm just thinking because of the
We're
scoreboard.
up 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Only because of the scoreboard, yeah.
Okay, they threw 11 and it floated quite a bit. What do you think, Bryce?
Yeah, she said it.
Yeah. Said it, but it...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like that with a 9-5?
Yeah, throw at it, yeah.
Yeah, because we have lots of room to roll.
Throw a 9-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to be quick next time.
We just have to be
decisive.
Okay.
So do you like this timeout from Jim, Melissa? Do you agree with what he was saying there?
I 100% agree, and they didn't even look at the hit actually, obviously thinking that they are shot rock at the back, but you got to look at the scoreboard, right? And the scoreboard says we're up points here. We want to get rid of any opposition stone and prevent any chance of them ever getting a double, because if you miss the draw, she has a chance of getting 2 and back in this game. So like Jim said, if you eliminate this rock, force her to take 1, then you have hammer in the 9 up 2 points, and that's a pretty good position to be in.
Well, and honestly, I guess too, really, if you're Corinne, even if you roll out and you give up a blank, it's not the end of the world either.
Exactly. Either or.
We got it. Just rolling out. It's fine, Corinne. 9-3.
And that is indeed what she will do, and so Clancy Grandy has to decide, I guess, whether she wants the blank or she wants a single here.
And she's
it looks
drawing
like
for 1.
she is electing to draw. Yeah.
This is the least amount of ice we've had. Yeah, should be okay.
So this is maybe an analytics-driven call, Melissa, that, if you get 1 here and then you go steal, 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 that's an easier way of winning than trying to get 3 at some point.
All right, let's make it.
I know that's the theory that she's thinking about. Again, I don't have the up-to-date analytics, but I'd be very surprised that
a little
But I guess
tight.
3 is still, if you get 3, it's hard to get 4, right? So you're getting 3 to
Fine.
tie, and you'd have to seal anyway. So
running.
I get what she's thinking.
Still running, curling now. Straight to T. 15-1.
Either way, right now, I would say that Team Brown is in the driver's seat, but a great shot there by Clancy. And they will get their 1 point.
Yeah, so she missed the draw last end, but makes it this end. We'll get back on the scoreboard, but Corinne Brown will have a 2-point lead and the hammer when we come back. You're watching the BC Scotties live from Chilliwack, BC. Well, Melissa, in the A final, Corinne Brown beat Clancy Grandy by a score of 10-8. And today it only took them 8 ends to get there. Another crazy game. we talked we talked off the top about how both these teams like to play aggressively, and I think we're seeing that here on the scoreboard. It's been just a crazy back and forth battle.
It truly has. There's no doubt about it, and you know, I love it. I love seeing the Roxon play, and I love to see the aggressive play. I don't think, no matter what we thought at the beginning, we wouldn't have seen a 4-ender, never mind a 6-ender this game. So still 2 ends of curling to go. Lots can happen, but Team Brown, I think, in the driver's seat right now, with up 2 with hammer here in 9. And I think it's time now for Grandy. They're going to have to pull out all the stops here.
So as you might have seen out of the corner of your eye there, the first game off of the sheet, Cody Tanaka defeating Sebastian Robillard 9-4. So Cody Tanaka will advance to the playoffs in his first BC Men's Championship. So very impressive for the young Skip and his young team. He's got quite a young team with Josh Mickey and Connor Kent, Zach Umbach. Nick Umbach, sorry. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many Umbachs.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, I always get confused. So congratulations to them. We'll see them in the 3-4 game tomorrow, and we'll see whether it'll be Brent Pierce or Cam DeYoung joining them. And as you can see up in the top right corner of your screen, Kristen Ryan taking over control of the 3-4 game. She leads 5-4 with the hammer over Taylor Reese Hansen.
Great weight. Try and bump it a hair.
And again, the loser of this game will drop to the women's semifinal to play the winner of that Ryan Reese Hansen game. We will have that game for you tomorrow here on Curl BC TV, Check TV, and CBCSports.ca. That'll be at 2 p.m. Pacific local time.
Stay close.
Hold in.
Just through.
Kayla.
Curl.
Still heavy.
Oh.
Try.
2 great shots there by the Team Brown lead, Sam Fisher. And now Lindsay really trying to get to the face. They were just trying to move those around a little bit, and unfortunately was probably a good 7-8 feet heavy, so it didn't curl.
Which side do you want?
You peel it into it. Yeah.
Yep. Whoa. Clean. It sure does.
Watch it.
So nice peel there from Desiree Hawes, almost getting that back blue.
Halfway.
And Brown continues to lie two with the hammer here in 9.
Halfway high. High. Just high.
Trying to put up a guard here, about halfway. And you'll see Brown just continuing to peel and keeping things open.
Just get it to center. Should be, yeah, you're good. You're good. Just leave it higher. Whoa. That's good.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Yes. Hard.
You gotta go, the shooter. You gotta go.
Good.
Little higher than half.
So
than
Des
the
not
last one.
quite making the peel, so perhaps a little window here for Clancy Grandy.
Yeah. Tight. Really
How tight?
Past the logo.
Okay.
Trying to get to the center line here again for another guard.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little higher. Line will be fine.
It's maybe a little heavier. That'll be just fine. I think Brown's going to be peeling it anyway, especially with 2 in the rings.
Whoa.
Light, you're fine. It's fine. Clean it. Clean it.
Clean it.
Clean it. Get Aaron.
So nice shot there from Aaron Pincott, and timeout being taken by Clancy Grandy here. And Melissa, what do you think? Katie Witt's going to have a little walk down to the other end here. So while she's doing that, what do you think is the call here?
Well, they could easily throw one more guard, but it is Kayla's second stone. I mean, the most they can give up here is 1. They obviously don't want to give up more than 1. They can't, you know, it looks kind of tasty to draw or freeze to that one that's back button, but because of that other yellow stone, I don't think you can do that either. So I think you on Kayla's second one here, you could play a little bit of a tap back and just try and create a wall behind the tee line and let them peel it out and then freeze on your next one. That would probably be, I don't think there's any point in playing a guard at this point, but we'll see if we can hear Katie.
For ice, I'm thinking.
Wow, that was fast.
Pretty gradual.
Come on, Katie, I'm waiting for you.
Get to the middle, but it's kind
Yeah,
of just,
geez.
and it's late finish.
Yeah,
That was a Reed Carruthers style timeout right there. Walk down, tell them what you like. Okay, there we go.
So I think they're playing, the third thing I talked about was maybe that little tap and just try and move it straight back and create a bit of a wall behind the button.
Yep.
I think.
Yep, I think you're exactly right.
A little less, maybe.
Pretty sure that's what I heard Katie say.
I think you can hold the line.
Yeah, it was tough. She was still walking as she said it, so I don't think she ever fully stopped down at the other end. But
no, I don't think she did either.
So we'll see if Kayla McMillan can create a pocket here.
The key is not to move that yellow one too far, John. You really need that yellow one. I'm just distracted by Sean Witt, Katie's husband, and making a comment in the chat. So yeah, just want to move it a couple of feet. Even freezing to it might not be bad.
Back 12.
Straight.
Oh boy, that's the worst outcome.
Yeah, they ended up trying to call an audible to get it onto the back one. Just a little heavy from Kayla. So didn't curl as much as they wanted it to, and tried to call an audible to get to the back one. And as you said, Melissa, just tipping that top one, and the worst case scenario for them.
Whoa!
Full credit to Team Brown here, John. They giving up that 4, it's never a fun thing for sure. Nice double there by Aaron. A little salt on the wound, but they have just been playing terrific since, getting that bounce back in, that 6-point in, and, they really haven't stopped.
No, they've been full value for everything here in this this second half of the game. They're outscoring Team Grandy 7-1 in the second half of the game since that 5th end break. So yeah, just a testament again. We talk a lot about mental fortitude in this game, and that's just a testament to that. Doing a full regroup at the break and never feeling like you're out of it, and they've been really good. And Clancy Grandy here is gonna have to make some really good shots with her last 2 to keep this game going.
Wait's close.
Okay, close.
Bouncing.
Okay.
Back 8. No.
Well then.
Back 8.
That sounds like it's heavy as well.
No. No.
Okay. That's okay.
And yeah, just a smidge heavy from Clancy there.
Yeah, I think so. Like if is a hair under good?
Sure. 9-5.
Okay. Like that?
Yeah. Hair more. Hair more. 9-5.
No.
Yeah. Hair low is pretty good too.
Okay.
Main things make it go away.
Yeah. Let's go, Karen.
9-5.
Let's go.
So first stone here for Corinne Brown and number 9.
Yep.
9.
Yep.
One and only goal here, John. Just
Hard.
make the blue go
Really
away.
have to go.
Hard, Des.
Really have to go.
Hard. Hard. Oh.
And
Nice
that's
shot.
lovely shot from Corinne. Not really much to freeze to if you're Clancy Grandy.
Sorry, guys.
Great sweep from Desiree Hawes. And I don't think much to apologize for there, Corinne. Melissa, I don't even know what Clancy does here.
I don't know what she does either.
I think it drags it too much.
I mean, do you play the triple and blank or give up 1? You can't freeze to anything. You don't want to give up 2, that's for sure.
Nose with the end still gets it.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
I think
she's
you
going to
almost
play the
have
triple,
no
John.
chance. Yeah, no choice rather, but to play the triple, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, really a perfect roll from Corinne Brown. I mean, this is an absolutely ideal scenario if you're them to be up 2 with hammer. So Clancy Grandy throwing to keep this game alive. Needs to get all 3 brown rocks moving out of the house.
Whoa. Close.
No.
Whoa. Okay.
And 2 will go, but the 3rd will not. And so it's an open hit for Corinne Brown for 2 points and a 4-point lead.
She just threw this.
Yeah, throw the end.
I know, but straight here, it's nice.
Yeah.
10?
Yeah.
10? Let's go, Karen. Nice 10.
1 on each side. Yeah.
Right on the nose.
Nice 10.
Nine five.
Queen, yep.
Hard.
Queen.
So Corinne Brown needing the nose here for 2. And she will find it. So it is a 12-8 lead. Clancy Grandy will have the hammer when we come back. You are watching the BC Scotties 1-2 game.
Lots of room.
Line's
good.
Top 4.
Tracking like it's hot. Tracking like it's hot.
Line's good. Oh, just top 4.
Well, Melissa, we are here in the 10th end, and I don't think after the 5th end we thought it would be a 4-point lead for Corinne Brown playing the last end, but nevertheless, here we are, and we've talked about it for the last few ends, but it's really just been a fantastic performance from the Brown team here in the second half of the game.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. They have just been playing lights out, and you know, they, again, we talked about it, you know, 5 or 6 times. We talked about the mental fortitude, but they were disappointed after giving up that 4, of course, but they found a way to dig deep, and they came out and played this last half almost to perfection. They did not give their opposition even a chance, especially after that 6-point end that we saw right after the 4. So very, very interesting game for sure. And yeah, never thought we'd be here, John.
No, certainly not.
Oh, we're firm board.
Close, Des. Hard, Des.
One of the more stark second half point differentials I can think of.
How'd it go?
And that is a great shot from Sam Fisher. Talk about execution.
Wow.
My goodness.
The hair less?
Wonderful, wonderful shot.
A little less through, definitely higher. Keep it out there maybe. Wait,
On
close.
center line, tight. Lindsay's rock.
Moving.
We want to stay on center line. Split center wherever your depth is. Make sure it doesn't. Whoa. It's got to stay on. It's good. Good.
What do you like?
Do we want it? We could call it time.
Just
Either
through?
like top 4 or through.
Yeah. Top 4 or through. Okay, let's go top 4.
Like they're
We
gonna
go
have
through,
to
that's
deal
fine.
with those eventually.
Don't mind talking about it. Do you want to
call it time?
call it time? Sure. Let's call it time.
All right, so Team Brown will take a timeout.
If we go through, she's gonna freeze and we peel. Yeah. She's gonna have to throw some guards back. Yeah, she can't score 4 without a guard. So I mean, this is
through
bad to help that. But.
They can't throw too many more cards.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So I think just throw it.
And then just start eliminating.
Yeah, because by putting another one in there, it's only helping them. They can end up sinking around.
Yeah.
So I think you throw it through.
Just start peeling.
Eventually they're going to start
eliminate
going
one
up
per.
in ranks. You just
Yeah.
Eliminate one per shot, right?
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's go.
I didn't get a good look.
Okay,
Half,
good shot.
maybe?
Yeah. Okay.
Small half?
It's like Jim heard exactly what Sam was saying on the way to, or Sam and Des were saying.
Try and get to nose, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. Bringing another one in the house, I don't think really helps you at this point. You don't need to score.
No.
You don't need to steal. The name of the game here is just rock elimination, and I assume you agree with this as well.
100%. Besides, I like this. I used to play second, and nothing like a good throw through. Doesn't help your stats at the end of the day, but sure feels good sometimes.
Good.
Oh, absolutely. That was my favorite thing as a lead. It's gorgeous. Especially if you're having a pretty good game, because then it actually increases your percentage. Because it doesn't count as a rock towards the stats. So if you're having a great game and you get to throw one less, it all of a sudden raises your percentage to throw it through. So, you know, I was always down with it, that's for sure. And yeah, like you said, when you're a second, you don't get to do it too often. So
Kayla's wrong.
No.
Kayla, go a bit.
Definitely a good feeling, and we can see the sheet beside us is empty, and that's because Brent Pierce defeated Cameron Dion.
You gotta go.
So our men's playoff bracket is set for tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. It will be Jacques Gauthier against Jim Cotter in the 1-2 game, and it will be Brent Pierce against Cody Tanaka in the 3-4 game. That'll be at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And then we will be back with you, John and Melissa, and the whole crew here at Roll Focus. We'll be back with you tomorrow for the women's semifinals at 2 and the men's semifinals at 7. And that will be on Check TV if you have cable at home, and if you don't, it'll be available on CurlBC and CBCSports.ca's YouTube. So lots of places to watch some great curling tomorrow as we continue to whittle down the field as to who will be representing our beautiful province at the national championships.
So almost a perfect peel there. John just manages to move that guard off center. It is kind of hanging around, covering the 12-foot on the side. And you can see that Clancy is going to use it and try and get a rock in behind there.
Right, Sarah, yep, you gotta go. Yep, deeper.
Really want to bring this as deep as possible.
Sorry, Linz, I needed to give you less.
That one. We'll just play the one, but you might get lucky.
Squared.
And you can see there in the 3-4 game, it's Kristen Ryan up 6-4 on Taylor Reese Hansen. Reese Hansen with the hammer playing 10. The winner of that game will play the loser of this game, which at the moment is looking like it's going to be Clancy Grandy.
Yep.
But in this game, you simply never know.
Whoa. Yep. Might as well try for it. Too thin. That's fine.
So Aaron Pincott won't quite make the double.
We're going around, yeah. Give it to you guys, so.
So trying to throw the in-turn come around again. This time you saw where Clancy tapped the ice. She just wants this one just to be in the top 12, but the important thing here is to be fully buried.
Okay, a little too much line right now. Sarah's rock, yeah, has to curl.
Just try to carve it.
Hard curl. Hard curl. Hard. Hard.
Hard, Sarah, hard.
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 You're close. Good sweep.
It's kind of that same spot as mine.
Yeah. 8.5. Okay. All right. Nose to hair low. Squared.
So just didn't
Hair
quite
low.
curl enough for Kayla McMillan, and Aaron Pincott will have a chance to get this game very close to a conclusion.
Oh. Yes! Yes!
Trying for the double here, and like you say, John,
Hard!
elimination of stones here.
Atta girl.
What a shot by Aaron Pincott.
Nice. Good throw, Aaron.
Great shot from Aaron, and now Clancy Grandy will have to find a way to make all of her remaining blueberries count.
Right around.
See Jared Colomea, the husband of Sam Fisher, watching the game in the background. No doubt would be happy with how things are going for his wife.
I got a little less.
Line's good.
Line's good
Yeah.
still. Room.
Sarah's rock. Yeah.
Oh, then. Whoa.
Right here is good.
Oh, then.
Okay.
And this one just not curling quite enough, but does bring it to the back of the ring, so not a bad spot. And pretty much an open hit here for Corinne Brown to end this game.
Nice peel. Just rip it. Let's go. Like you've been throwing, Corinne. Let's go, Corinne.
So a shot here for Corinne Brown to book her first ticket to the final since 2020. And after last year's disappointing finish, this shot will certainly feel very good for the team from Kamloops. And
Nice
it was
shot.
a wild game. I feel like I aged 17 years. But it was a phenomenal display of curling from Team Clancy Grandy and Team Corinne Brown, and it will be Team Brown that advances to Sunday's BC Scotties final. Clancy Grandy will fall to the women's semi tomorrow. We will again have that for you at 2 p.m. local time. It should be a good one. Hopefully you'll join us then. For Melissa Saligo and the whole crew here in Chilliwack, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.